Monkey D. Luffy is the main protagonist of One Piece. He is the captain of Straw Hat Pirates and one of the Yonko. One of the main reasons of his strength is his devil fruit. He possesses the Hito Hito Nomi model Nika, a mythical zoan devil fruit. Luffy ate it accidentally after mistaking it for a regular fruit. The devil fruit allows him to tap into the might of the sun god Nika. Toward the end of the Wano Country arc, Luffy awakened his devil fruit and dubbed it Gear 5. Luffy is at his freest will using this ability, and it grants him an incredible amount of power, making him one of the strongest characters in One Piece. However, Gear 5 is not without drawbacks, and if an opponent were to figure out these flaws, Luffy would be at a serious disadvantage. Now, let's dive to these 5 drawbacks. Ichiro Oda revealed a long time ago that Zoan devil fruits are quite different from the two classes. He stated that Zoan type devil fruit have their own will. The same was confirmed by the Gorosei in the Wano Country arc. The will of these devil fruits can eventually overwhelm the user's own. The jailers of Impel Down suffered from the same problem. Due to the repeated usage, they lost their sanity and turned into animals. They were incapable of reverting to their human forms, which made them more feral. Needless to say, this applies to Luffy's devil fruit as well. If he keeps using Gear 5, Nika will take over Luffy's body permanently. Luffy will lose his mind and Nika will gain control, which may not be as bad as turning into an animal, but it is still a drawback. It will be interesting to see how Luffy handles these flaws. Luffy used Gear 5 for the first time against Kaido. After Luffy was knocked out by the Yonko, Nika made full use of the opportunity and took over his body. The change in Luffy's heartbeat signifies Nika's Joy Boy's return. Sunisha said that it sounded like the drums of liberation. While fighting Kaido, Luffy often lost control over his transformation. His face visibly aged and became saggy, which is a clear indication that Gear 5 drains energy rapidly. If Luffy become over-reliant on Gear 5, the severe loss of energy repeatedly might lead to a shorter lifespan. Luffy gave up a chunk of his life when he agreed to undergo Iban's Cove operation, so he cannot afford to lose more years of his life. The only solution is to use Gear 5 sparingly. Luffy has plenty of gears in his arsenal. With Gear 5 being the latest edition, he started off with Gear 2nd, which boosted his speed and strength, but it was little to him. Subsequently, Luffy created Gear 3rd, which increased the size of his body. This particular gear enabled Luffy to crush big objects such as Navy warships without much difficulty. During the time skip, Luffy created Gear 4th while training with Rayleigh. This gear has 3 different variants: Bounceman, Tankman, and Snakeman. Bounceman substantially increases his offensive ability, while Tankman helps him with defense. Meanwhile, Snakeman blusters Luffy's speed. All of Luffy's gear amplify his power in one way or another, but there are some limits to how long he can use them. Luffy has not mastered Gear 5, and it clearly seems that he cannot maintain it for an extended period, so there is a chance that his overall stamina will continue to decrease, which in turn will reduce the duration of his other gears. The Hito Hito Nomi model Nika has been called the most ridiculous power by the Gorosei. As previously stated, it gives Luffy a lot of freedom. However, it seems that Luffy does not understand all the pros and cons of Gear 5. Luffy takes a lot of time to recover in this form, as proven by his fight with Lucy. The Straw Hat had to wait a long time to regain his energy. Luckily, he could afford to rest after fighting Lucy, but he won't have the same luxury all the time. There are still many powerful characters in One Piece that Luffy has yet to fight, and if he uses Gear 5 to fight them, he will be at a serious disadvantage, especially if he cannot finish the fight within a certain limit. Luffy's Devil Fruit makes his body rubbery, which allows him to increase his physical abilities. Luffy is extremely creative with his Devil Fruit, and he has already used it to create so many transformations. Each form of its own perks, but they all have one common flaw. Luffy's body remains prone to sharp objects. Back in the Whole Cake Island arc, fans saw Cracker nearly slice off Luffy's arm even when he was using Haki to defend himself. When Luffy used Gear 5 in Wano, Kaido stated that the young pirate was still prone to slashing attacks. While it is true that almost all characters are prone to blades and other sharp objects, Luffy's weakness is highlighted in particular as it bypasses his Devil Fruit defense. He can use Haki to defend himself, but it does not work all the time. And that's all. Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe to my channel for more video like this.